This is Steve Green with Swamp Music Players. You're listening to CKMS 102.7 Radio Waterloo.
Oh, hello there. I'm Rob Kerwayne, host of Rob's Rewind on CKMS. Are you thinking of getting some exposure with Radio Waterloo for your event or business? Well, there are many ways that your business can gain exposure with community radio. Here's a how-to on what one type entails. How about event listings? Mentions by show hosts of concerts, plays, poetry readings, gallery showings, and other similar events are not ads. If the event listing announcement is recorded and the event is for profit, then it will be considered an ad and advertising rates will apply. CKMS producers and show hosts may mention various events during their shows. If there is an event that you would like promoted, please contact a specific show host. The show host may be interested in promoting the event. So head to radiowaterloo.ca, find the How-To tab at the top, and click on Advertise on CKMS to get your event listed on our shows today. This is Rob Kerwayne, signing off.
You see me on the corner, sitting on 22nd Street. Do you have a couple quarters? It'll make you feel so complete. As I sit on my cardboard box as the cold wind blows, I keep on hearing voices, they're yapping all day long. I wish they'd stop and listen and just sing my favorite songs. Some good old-fashioned powwow Indian songs. Mother, I need you to know that I miss you. And Father, I wonder if you're still there. My medication's on vacation, and my mind, it keeps on racing, leaving me nowhere to go. My Indian song. Way ya 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 ya, way ya ya oh way ya ya, way ya ya yo, way ya 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 way ya ya oh way ya. Thunderbird is going to come down and pick me up and take me back to my homelands. And once I'm there, I'm going to start searching for that sacred medicine. And that sacred medicine is going to search for me. And once we are united, we're going to cast this all across the earth for you and your people, so that you too can be well, so that you too can be healed.
Oh yeah! You're listening to CKMS 102.7 FM radio, and that was the Indian song by Isaac Murdoch. We are Two White Feather, Lori Gentle Eagle, and we cannot forget about our amazing emotional support puppy, Cedar Bear. Hook yeah! This is the Red Road Journey where we aim to amplify Indigenous voices, heal ourselves, our relatives, our communities, and our planet. We are broadcasting you from the traditional territories of the neutral Anishinaabe and Shawnee peoples. Oh, you hear Cedar Bear there? There she is right there. So today on the Red Road Journey, we continue to learning about the 7 sacred laws of the grandfather teachings. So far, we have shared about respect as we understood the buffalo, honesty as represented by the save, as you guys know as Bigfoot, bravery as demonstrating by the bear, and now we will open our minds to wisdom as the beaver teaches us. So let's listen to once again to David Crochet tell a story about wisdom. So here he is.
Tens of thousands of years ago, the first peoples of Turtle Island, North America, were given a gift from the Creator, the 7 sacred laws. Elders continue to share these teachings in their sacred lodges today.
The elders say the best way to honor the spirit of the Sabe is to speak from your heart and be true to your word. The young boy stepped closer to the fallen tree to see who was speaking to him. From the edge of the log, a white tail was lying flat on the ground. Suddenly, a big fluffy beaver jumped up and sat on the log. "Who are you?" the boy asked.
Bonjour, grandson. I bring you the law of wisdom. Wisdom is knowing you have a special gift and purpose, and using your gift to build a peaceful world. Everyone has a gift. Your gift was given to you by Kish Manitou to help the people. You will be happiest when you are using your gift.
The beaver has a gift of sharp teeth. They use their gift to chew logs and build dams. If the beaver did not use the gift of sharp teeth, their teeth would grow long and they would not survive. Just like the beaver, we need to use our gifts to fulfill our purpose and live a happy life. After the beaver shared his teaching of wisdom, he quickly scurried off into the forest. The boy laid next to the fire. He looked up to the sky and wondered, "What is my purpose?" Just then, a loud howl echoed like a crack of thunder from the sky.
So thank you, Dave Crochet, to tell us the story about the wisdom there, the beaver. So wisdom is the common sense that we gain through living experiences, and then we applying those lessons and learnings so that we can make decisions that will impact future generations and the well-being of this planet in a good way. Just as the beaver uses its teeth to build a dam for survival in a sustainable way, we must appreciate our unique gifts from Creator and act purposefully in this world. Gentle Eagle and I visited London last week again and participated in the learning facility at Olosa at the Wampum Learning Lodge at University of Western. Decolonization addiction that was the topic, and there were many who shared their wisdom. It was very, very powerful to be able to sit there. We didn't get to be there in the beginning, but that was, like I said, there's always a purpose for maybe what we need to hear and what we don't need to hear. And, we got there a little bit late, and, we needed to hear what we needed to hear there. And it was so powerful, I'll tell you that. One of these folks presented was an outreach worker who was introduced to us as Potawatomi and Anishinaabe, my two cousins. Man who was gifted at making people feel seen. He told us that your name and what you do is your signature. Mr. Ryan Joseph tried his first opiate at 14 years old, and he followed his big brother into the life of violence. His window of clarity came years later while incarcerated. It was into the life of violence. It was the institution that he found himself sitting at the big drum for the first time. And to be honest, that's where I got introduced to the big drum and my culture too. Ryan credits Indigenous culture with saving lives, no matter who you are. Emphasizing that there are no perfect people in this world. He told us a story on how he and his Sweat Lodge family encountered a white man in the bush who had been there since he was released from custody. And he shared how he put off the ceremony to help him feel human again. In spite of the swastika tattoos that were covered all over his body and revealed his past of his shame, the seven grandfathers defined that Indigenous harm reduction, as Ryan said, Morpho is caring, laughter, doing everything in the now. And it is the drum. So we're going to play a little recording by Mr. Ryan Joseph. And, I got to say, he is quite funny, and, he does use that laughter to help heal. And, once you understand a lot of Anishinaabe and First Nations people, that's how we get over our trauma. That's how we heal, is by that laughter. Be able to joke around it now and be able to laugh, right? So here he is. So let me pull him up here. And let's take a listen to him. I think you guys will really like what he has to say. So here he is. So we have a really important guest speaker here that we came to London here. So he was amazing, and man, he is funny. But anyways, let him introduce himself, and we'll go from there.
My name is Ryan Joseph from Amjalong First Nation. I learned how to be funny from Dave Root from Saugeen First Nation.
Oh, my cousin!
He taught me everything I know.
Yeah, no doubt.
About being ugly.
Yeah, right? Yeah, he's a funny dude, man. Yeah, I love him. He's my cousin, and oh my goodness, the laughs that we come out of there with, it's just hilarious. But, so I know you said you had your teacher here and you had some other people that were on your journey. How did you begin your journey? Like, for instance, like, how did you become with this drum group? Because I know that was a big thing for myself in recovery and stuff, was when I got to the drum on the inside, that's where my journey started, right? So yeah.
So this drum group consists of program participants for ATLOSA release from custody program. This drum group originated as these two men from the community, Mason Ireland and Chris Simpson. They wanted a drum to come and sing. They connected to the drum while in federal penitentiary.
Yeah.
So when they were released and they came home, they missed that. They wanted that. And
Yes.
I know my brother has publicly said this, and he was like, man, I was almost considering committing a crime just so I can go back and sit at the drum.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I mean? And
yeah.
again, it's that humor, and we all laugh. But
Yeah.
that's something that it's serious, and it's like, you can feel like that longing for that. And for him to say that, I was like, yeah. When he says it now, it sounds like a joke, but it's not. He was dead serious.
No, yeah.
So those two had reached out to our worker, Bethany Williams, our cultural justice worker, our coordinator. She asked that. She asked, because we're very close and we go to ceremony together, and she knows that I drum. I had learned songs. I was past songs, and she says, would you be able to come in and facilitate a group? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I don't know. I was like, I didn't want to at first because I was like, I don't know what to share. I don't know how to teach. I don't know what to teach them. Eventually, though, this is their foundation. Their foundation is built on healing songs, healing ceremony, the healing drum. Yeah. We have other individuals who will go they'll go sing powwow, they will sing round dance songs, and I always tell them that I'm like, you have a strong foundation. You learn your first songs at the healing drum. Yes. I was like, I never forget that. Yes. And so those young men, they take that and they put that towards singing at powwow, singing round dances. Like this is how they connect to the spirit, right? Yes. This is how this drum group originated. Those members of that. This is how we've all come together through Atlos's programming. But at the same time, this is where we come to. Sometimes it looks like a sharing circle. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we might only sing 4 songs or 2 songs. It's not about the quantity, but it's about these men where they're able to come. They're able to be uplifted, supported. They're able to be vulnerable. They're able to, we're able to talk and share. And then we talk about the songs, about the drum, about this is what this song means. This is what they're singing in this song right now.
That's very powerful stuff right there. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting that you said about the laughter when you talk about, finding more of your identity inside, right, behind the walls. I, as a settler, non-Indigenous person, worked inside Grand Valley Institution in Waterloo region, and to me it was sad because I would often hear that this is where I feel at home. For them, meaning that there was that connection that was lost and they were regaining it. And it was very sad for me to hear that they had to regain that behind bars. And just a reminder to me of what I needed to do, right? I do have a question for you because I was jotting down notes. I know you weren't a big fan of interviews, so thank you for doing this little piece afterwards. But you said you have to be selfish with your sobriety, just as you were with the addiction itself, right, or the drug itself. Can you tell us how you've done that, and maybe encourage some of our listeners along the same vein?
I had to. In that journey when I was learning, like I shared, there was people that I began to discover, and along that journey, and we all had that one thing in common, it was the addiction. And then now we had that thing in common where we were trying to work through it and unlock that strength within ourselves, that strength that we were sent here with. My teachers tell me that they're like, we don't pray for that strength because you already have it. That's the journey, is unlocking that strength. It's already there.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And having that understanding, and that we share that with them, with the ones we support, and the ones, whether they're our participants through our programs or just like community members that are just like want to come in and connect to the drum and connect to their culture, right? And that's what I tell them. I'm like, you already have all of that. Yeah. You came here with that. You came here with that strength. You don't have to ask for more, right? What was the question?
It sounds like it's about, we say selfish, but it's more about being self-centered and remembering who you truly are.
And there was not answering messages from people from my past. There was that first year and a half, that first bit, I had to cut them off. I didn't use social media. I didn't use any of those kind of things, because before I used it only to be in contact with people, to go out and use or to do those different things, like to use substances, to sell substance, to do all those things. I cut that off out of my life.
Yeah.
And then even as I started to go and progress, there were people in my life that were close to me, like relatives and stuff, that, I don't know, there was like almost kind of like a resistance, or kind of like they weren't supporting, because they were just kind of like, probably didn't believe in what I was doing, or just thought it was kind of like an act. So any kind of negativity, any kind of person that wouldn't align with sobriety, it wasn't that I cut them off. It was just, I had to turn in a different direction just for now, right?
Yeah.
And I mean immediate family. I mean, there was like, even my own mom. There was a bit where I had to make a boundary, because there was so much hurt there from like in our relationship, so much strain. But now we come back full circle again. And she's seeing like, no, this is real, like he's doing it.
Yeah.
And that healing between myself and my mother, it's there, it's happened, right?
Yeah.
But even at that point, I was like, I basically said, I can't keep apologizing. I was like, I'm serious, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And she didn't believe my words, so she's gonna believe my actions, right?
Yeah.
And it worked, because so now I'm able to go.
Wow.
And have a healthy conversation, have a healthy time, without bringing up the past, without bringing up those things, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And I understood. I was like, this comes from a place of hurt.
Yeah.
It wasn't coming from a place of not being supportive, but that hurt at the same time wasn't supporting what I was doing.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you for that. And before we end, is there any positive message that you would like to send out to our viewers that do listen to our podcast?
Be kind. Be kind
yes.
to each other. And it doesn't matter what we've done in that past. Like, everyone has that potential to find their healing.
Yes.
Everyone has that, and it's through that kindness. Even to a stranger, sometimes it's easier to be kinder to a stranger than to someone that's hurt us, or someone that's done that. But and just try your best to be kind. And that's what they said. It doesn't cost anything to be kind. Yeah. It doesn't cost anything to be an a-hole either. But being kind is much more rewarding.
Yeah, for sure.
It's much more transformative. And unfortunately, Two White Feather was out of the room at the time with his ADHD thing happening, but I will share the story that you shared about Man in the Bush, because that reminds me of the importance of being kind. And what you said, Indigenous harm reduction saves lives, no matter who you are and where you're from. And that story was just incredible there. Like what you all were able to do before going into ceremony was in itself ceremonial. So thank you for that. Again, coming from settler, non-Indigenous, but ally and support person. It's good to hear that.
Yeah. So I want to
being kind.
Yeah, I want to say thank you. And I know that you don't really like interviews, but this was an amazing, kind thing for you to do. So thank you. And our viewers, I bet our viewers are going to get a lot from your words, from your wisdom. So thank you.
We're doing the show there.
Yeah. I guess. So, Chi McWitch to Ryan Joseph, and of course the geese at the end. I understand that they were actually getting ready to lay their eggs, right? So there were only certain entrances and exits from the Wampum Learning Lodge that we could use as a result of that. They were very, very close to us all. Ryan, just to echo what he said throughout the time that he was presenting. The 7 grandfather teachings really do define what Indigenous harm reduction is. So again, thank you to him. And because he wasn't a big fan of interviews and he didn't want to be taped initially, unfortunately, we didn't get to tape the drum group that was there performing for us, but they are amazing, all of you. Again, Chimigwich for all that you put into that day and yourself and healing. So we are going to play a drum song, the big drum group called Young Spirit, and they were recently nominated for Traditional Indigenous Album of the Year. So here is Young Spirit, and they're singing Red Rock Woman. A great selection for International Women's Day tomorrow. Oh, and it looks like we're going to have to search for it. I think it was because we were going to play it last week and ran out of time, actually. So, yeah. But
we're so sorry about the little wait there, but...
That's okay.
Young Spirit.
Spirit.
Here we go. Hook ya!
Red rock woman, you make my rockin' world go round.
Okay. Thank you to Young Spirit. We also heard from a woman by the name of Letitia Misen. She is a settler of English and Scottish descent, and she co-founded an agency for sex workers. It's called Switch in London, Ontario. She characterized harm reduction as resistance and community care, highlighting the colonial roots of addiction and the criminalization of Indigenous sex workers due to systemic racism and oppression. She spoke encouragingly about communities that fill gaps, use creative tools to keep each other safer and supported. Chantel and her team at the Ontario Aboriginal HIV and AIDS Strategy, or OHAS, as well as sharing naloxone kits with everybody and some tips on using those effectively, talked about what is in the news right now, what we're all hearing more and more about. And she shared how politicians and police are really spreading a discourse of fear and deflecting responsibility when talking about the consumption and treatment services that have closed recently around the province. Ours in Kitchener, of course, closed on March the 31st. And she said, with the rates of HIV and AIDS being higher for Indigenous communities, we can see that the direction, really, in which this is going. And we really must do everything we possibly can to interrupt this discourse or this conversation for all our relatives' sake. So right now we're going to play Elizabeth. And Two White Feather and I came across her album when we were looking at some of the Juno nominees. And again, we were going to play this last week, but ran out of time. And it fits in perfectly, I think, this week. What she did with this album is she was singing songs in her native language, so Inuktitut. And I cannot pronounce the title here, but you will recognize this song. Very, very appropriate, I think, today. It's Queen's I Want to Break Free. So here is Elizabeth.
Here it is. Hook yeah! Hook yeah! So that was I Want to Break Free. So, voices are needed this coming Tuesday at 3 p.m. in the City Chambers at 150 Fredericton Street in Kitchener. A motion to support CTS is on the table, while money is being redirected into abstinence-based heart hubs. We need to see the return of CTS because of All Lives Matter, regardless of where they are in the continuum of the recovery journey. The Waterloo Region Drug Action Team and the folks of Sanguine are to be applauded for their care and concern on the issue. We are out at the van to give a gesture of gratitude on March 31st. And I gave them a talking stick. And actually this talking stick was a mini... I've made these mini talking sticks. And the talking stick that I had picked out for them, it was funny because the stones I picked out... I'll let actually Lori describe the stones. Can you describe the stones for me?
Yeah, he ended up picking their crystals, right? Lapis lazuli, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. That's how I've always known them to be. And I thought that was pretty significant myself. I am a crystal girl, always have been. And those are known as the manifestation stone. So for those to be put on this talking stick, which he gave to Sanguine as a gesture of gratitude for their leadership on the front lines on this issue was pretty significant, because I know they are doing everything they possibly can to keep things going for the folks that are in need of services. With the exception, of course, of the safer consumption part of that service. For now, anyways, we hope that changes. So get yourself out. Those voices of lived and living experience, especially on Tuesday.
Yes, and we are trying to coordinate with a brief interview with Michael Parkinson, but our schedules did not line up. But nonetheless, she regrets for leading the way down the red road for those who lived and living experience, who are too far often stigmatized and criminalized. So
kudos, to Michael Parkinson. Even though he said he would do this interview, we weren't able to line it up. But we're now going to play Jelly Roll with a pretty cool song as well.
Oh, say it.
Son of a Sinner.
I never get lonely. I got these goals to keep me company. I took the rear view off, but it's so forward, so I only see in front of me. Now the past is out of sight and out of mind. Swore I'd change, now I'm back chasing these white lines. I'm just a long-haired son of a sinner, searching for new ways I can get gone. I'm a pedal to the highway. If you ever wonder why we write these songs, 'cause I'm only one drink away from the devil. I'm only one call away from home. Yeah, I'm somewhere in the middle. I guess I'm just a little right and wrong. These back roads guide me. These pills pretend to be my friend. I'm done for the last time. I'm lying to myself again. I always say that. Now I'm on my way back here somehow. I should know by now. I'm just a long-haired son of a sinner, searching for new ways I can get gone. I'm a pedal to the highway. If you ever wonder why we write these me cash. Walked a million miles on broken glass. I'm feeling like I'm fading. My heart's been slowly breaking. Might pop a pill and smoke and maybe drink. Talk to God and tell him what I think. At first he's gonna hate me, but eventually he'll say I'm just a long-haired son of a sinner, searching for new ways I can get gone. I'm a pedal to the highway. If you ever wonder why we write these songs, 'cause I'm only one drink away from the devil. I'm only one call away from home. Yeah, I'm somewhere in the middle. I guess I'm just a little right and wrong.
So that was Jelly Roll, Son of a Sinner. And to be honest, I'm a recovering addict myself. I've never met anyone that hasn't been kinder or even that actually got you than someone that used or that was in recovery. You could be book smart, you could go to school for 10, 15, 20 years, but you're still never going to get what we are going through, unless if you've actually picked up that drug or picked up that bottle and used, like how we did. You guys will never ever get how we actually feel inside. And it's true. We're only one call away from picking up or going to get that bottle or going to the bar or whatever. It's that easy for us to do so. But it's also one call to get home too. But at the same time, if sometimes those are the only people that actually get you, or the people that are using or whatever too. So with that, as we have done in the past weeks, we invite you to call into the studio or send us an email or PM us on our social media to tell us what you consider your divine assignment to be, your gift that gives you your purpose in life. So if you want to call in, it's 519-884-2567. That's again, 519-884-2567. Me, I've always known I wanted to help people. I don't want to go through book smart. I don't want to go through school or anything. The real smarts are from the streets. And, that's where you're going to actually connect with people and really connect with them and get on their base. Because like I said, you're not going to find someone that's going to really be connected unless if it's two recovering addicts or an addict and a recovering addict. So yeah, if you guys want to call in or PM us or email us to tell us what you consider your divine assignment to be as your gift or what gives you purpose in life. So.
And I like that because, we are, again, talking about lived and living experience, which is the essence of wisdom and that 7 grandfather teaching. So what Two White Feather was saying there, is... it's real, right? It's that real, raw, experience sometimes that can bring about really meaningful and profound change. And of course, the other stuff is good as well. And sometimes it's all about things in combination. But in terms of my divine assignment. I was told by one of my teachers, the teacher who gifted me the medicine name of Gentle Eagle, that my gift or my divine assignment is about healing the sacred sisterhood. And, I've come to live that. as you know, as I speak on the radio about some of the similarities between my background and the tradition that I'm from and where Two White Feather comes from. So, interestingly enough, known as the craft of the wise, the tradition that I come from values, teachings, practices, and ways of life that were indigenous to pre-Christian Europe. The natural world is our wise elder and reflects back to us the teachings of the seasons, the behaviors of animals, the phases of the moon, of course, etc. She guides us to the same conclusion, Mother Nature, and that is that we are all part of the web of life and we must live in harmony with all our kin. I once had an experience at the Michigan Women's Music Festival. I'm probably dating myself now because it was quite some time ago, and it was really interesting. One of the workshops that I attended, there was a woman who was teaching us how to do this routine that she created herself, and it was a little bit of yoga, a little bit of belly dance, all different types of movement. And she also added affirmations to it as well, and she called the routine, the Goddess Grace. I still have it to this day. And it really taught me how to embrace all bodies, you know, no matter what the color, the shape, the size, etc. So with each letter of the alphabet, she guided us through an expression of the goddess in all her many forms. And it was there that I learned this piece of wisdom, really, that we are all multifaceted and multidimensional beings. And really that it's best, you know, if we don't attach to any one of those roles or identities too much. Instead, it really is best to accept that it, whatever that it is at any given moment in our lifetime, is really only a part of us. And that we truly exist beyond those parts as one vast being, right? And we'll talk about that 7 grandfather teaching later on in the weeks to come. We're all ultimately connected by love, right? Mm-hmm. Love, all there is.
Yeah.
I wish I could go through the whole routine with you. It's super cool. You probably can still find this online called the Goddess Grace, but this one phrase stays with me. It's part of the routine. I am the goddess of 1,000 names and infinite capacities. All her gifts are mine, and all her powers reside in me. So with that, we're going to play a song, another song. This one is new, and it is by Shawnee Kish, and the song is called Dear God.
Lord have mercy on my troubled soul. I will walk the good road and I walk alone. My God-forsaken love. Oh, my God-forsaken love. Lord have mercy on my broken mind. Lord has been my blood I gave, breaking bread with an angel. Oh, poison fork and knife, the sinner I made, I won't survive it. The love you've weaponized, we bow our heads and pray. Dear God, dear God. Dear God, dear God. Oh, dear God, dear God. Oh, oh, my God-forsaken love. It's all I know. Oh, dear God, dear God. Oh, oh, my God-forsaken love. It's all I know.
So it's interesting that sometimes what our so-called sins are, they're actually our gifts, right? And that divine assignment or that life purpose. So that's the wisdom, folks. Don't ever forget. Your sins can sometimes be your greatest gifts.
Yeah, so Team regrets for listening. Today we close with Dakota, Bear, and Drezus. Here is Circles and Get Up. So Team regrets, and see you next week. Bomba P.
I think my mama made a magic. I think she put a little bit of spinach in my bannock while I'm beasting every single season. We're about to wake up and my natives are the reason. Get up, I wanna see you get up. I wanna see you show the world how you never give up. Cause me, I never give up. I'm going gorilla. I'm stomping through your city. Used to call me Drozilla. For me, I keep it native. You give me that or break it. And all the moves I'm making got a hater frustrated. Go ahead, buddy, hate me. You're gonna do it anyway. Girl hating natives till I hit her with the hey. Clean with the fade away. Out the door like later, babe. Thought my name was Jesus. Told her don't forget to pray today. I'm in it for the base. The knowledge you can't learn from college. I'm a streetwise scholar who solemnly made a promise to my people and myself. I'm pushing it through performance. I'm a beast and I'm breaking through barriers and opponents. I got them looking at me funny. Everywhere I go, I got them looking at me funny. Maybe cause I'm Nate, got them looking at me funny. But even on the res, they be looking at me funny. Hey, get up, I wanna see you get up. Hey, 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 get up, I wanna see you get up. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, I think my cooker made a magic. I think she put a little bit of cushy in my bannock while I'm chiefing, laughing round teasing. Why you looking mad, homie? This is just a preview. Get up, I wanna see you get up. I wanna see the real motherfucker David Guetta. Cause me, I do it better. You cheesy Gouda cheddar. I'm doing this for real, you just playing Mr. Dresser. I'm about to get aggressive, I'ma beat the pieces. All my brothers on the street, I'm begging you to keep the pieces really going down. About to throw it down, come together, throw your fingers up. Say it with me now, motherfucker, the Prime Minister. Yeah, boy, I said it, you can bet it, I'm a beast. I got goonies in the jungle, I got scholars who can teach. And it's about to be a problem, I ain't jocking, never leash. And there ain't no way around it, or you gonna ride with me. I got them looking at me funny. Everywhere I go, I got them looking at me funny. Maybe cause I'm Nate, got them looking at me funny. But even on the res, they be looking at me funny. Hey, get up, I wanna see you get up. Hey, 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 get up, I wanna see you get up. Hey, 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 hey.
I love me some commas, but love my community more. Glue me some braids, beat me some Mars. Trust me, you left me with so many scars. I'm painting a picture, he tell me to get it, I'm with it, I'm gone. Like what is you on? Been grinding so long, I'm never no stingy, the acting is blowing, I'm back in the city like whoa. I play with a pivot, no changing my image, we more than just arrows and bows. I come from the bottom, I'm still at the bottom, but baby I'm dipping my toes. No longer whipping and flipping them O's. Mama so bad, cause mama she knows. I do this for babies who brown. Someone go give them their gram, give them their flowers. Someone go call up the crown, tell them to search up the grams. 24 hours, someone go get on their neck. Someone go teach them respect. Someone go get on the line, tell them my niches got next. Tell them my niches got next. I do this for babies who grew up or cookums who poor. Minimum wage, mopping the floor. Still got a pride, what happened to yours, ayy. I wake in the morning, I smudge up and tell them I'm grateful to get you on too. Offer my prayers, give them to you. You send them back, know what it do. I love me some commas, but love my community more. Glue me some braids, beat me some Mars. Trust me, you left me with so many scars. I'm painting a picture, he tell me to get it, I'm with it, I'm gone. Like what is you on? Been grinding so long.
I'm counting my blessings, turning my L's into lessons. I'm from the trenches. I got the banner pendant, fresh out the benches. Ooh, what an entrance. Watch my ascension, switching dimensions. I got 100 with me. We rolling deep in the street. I got these spirits that talking through me, yeah. The bodies identify, this is a genocide. You better get this. I predicted the minister. They stole the children and sinister. Didn't know what they are telling the truth. Shout out to you. I'm here to lift up your consciousness, fulfilling prophecies. Everything opposite, I don't want 5%, I want it all. Dismantle systems and I watch them fall. I got the flaws, me, yeah, I come from the stars. Put up for community, I got the scars. I've been so down with the cause. Jump on the track and I'm hitting them paws. You mess with the better, you get in the claws.
I love me some commas, but love my community more. Glue me some braids, beat me some Mars. Trust me, you left me with so many scars.
Hi, this is John Hill from Ray of Hope. This is CKMS Radio Waterloo.
Hi, this is Jenna Main from Women's Crisis Services of Waterloo.